your website takes time to gain traction, to get organically ranked on, Google, especially against some of your larger lenders or some brokers that have been around for a while. So pay-per-click offers the advantage of getting you real-time leads no matter where you rank organically, because they'll put you at the top of every page. This also allows you guys to get some new clientele separate from referral sources. So even if you've worked in a bank or you come from a financial background, these are new clients that you get away from all your referrals that you have. And it also helps people that don't come from a financial background start as a new broker by bringing them new clientele right out of the gate. A great other thing is that obviously it does your business outreach for you. So instead of sitting home and picking up the phone every day doing cold calls, you will also have this campaign running for you in the background, bringing new leads in pretty consistently. We also use pay-per-click to test out audiences for new products. We are actually running a campaign for Prime Commercial Lending right now on their new MCA product, which I'm sure you guys have seen some email marketing pieces about. So we're testing that out. We also learn about how many people are actively searching in any given area for a specific keyword at any time. So that goes along with the real-time leads, because Google is constantly changing the way they rank things. People are 1 minute searching for commercial real estate, then they learn about a new product, and maybe now they're searching for CMBS loans. So we kind of watch the market and how it fluctuates and find out what products are hot in what areas and what's kind of working for each of our clients in their section or their local area. Like, for example, we have a lot of guys in Texas. I know commercial real estate does really well for them, but then I have guys in New York that seem to struggle with commercial real estate volume coming in for them. So they go on to a different product to use on their pay-per-click campaign. So that's data that we can actually pull for you guys anytime you want. It's pretty quick. Usually I have people email me if they want to figure out, should I focus my campaign in real estate or should I do factoring? Where am I going to get the most bang for my buck? And I can give you guys that information. Also, pay-per-click allows you guys to set a budget you're comfortable with, and you actually only pay when someone clicks on your ad. So it's not like you're throwing money to Google and they just take it all and they say, well, you get what you get. That's not really how it works. I know marketing campaigns, especially for new businesses, can seem, everybody's always on the fence with that because you've already spent so much money getting your business started. You need the marketing, but you don't have a gigantic budget to start SEO. So pay-per-click's actually really great to start with because you can set whatever budget works with you so that you're not killing yourself just to get your marketing campaign out there. And if someone clicks on your ad, then you get charged. And hopefully when that person clicks on your ad, they're going to your landing page and filling out your contact form and giving you a lead. So that's how that kind of works. Brokers love it because I know for a lot of the brokers that we work with, they just love that instant gratification. So this is what's going to give you that. SEO and some other marketing campaigns are a little more time consuming, and they also take longer to actually see significant results. So what you can expect with a lead generation or a pay-per-click campaign with us, we do a client product kickoff call, so we figure out what products you guys want to focus on, and we give you insight as to, are people searching in your local area for that product or not? We also do an audit of your current pay-per-click campaign if you have one. So if you've worked with an agency in the past and they didn't do a great job, we'll go in and audit and see all the things that they did wrong. We do unique keyword research and selection for you guys based on whatever products you guys want to do. We also build your campaign structure. We create all your ads, and then daily my team will monitor and adjust your campaigns, for any bid adjustments we see. If you're not getting traffic for a certain keyword, we'll maybe switch your focus to something else or try a new group of keywords. So we make those adjustments every single day. At the end of the month, we always do a campaign report and review with our clients. So we'll send you guys a report based on call leads you got, email leads you got, what your click-through rate was. So how many people saw your ad versus how many people clicked on it. That's your click-through rate. What your total spend was and what our development and strategy moving forward would be. This is just a question that was actually in the survey that I sent out. Everybody wanted to know, there are a few people that wanted to know where the ads actually ran. Depending on what kind of ad campaign you run, these are the networks we run ads on. Usually when people do a lead generation campaign with us the first time around, we just use Google AdWords. And then when they want to expand into doing maybe some local stuff, we go into Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So the survey I sent out actually gave me a really big insight to some issues or some questions or some frustrations that some of our past clients have had, some of our current clients, and some people looking to sign on that are really hesitant right now because either they've heard things from other people or they've worked with an agency in the past and they weren't happy with it. So I'm just going to read through these. I'm going to address all of them separately later in their presentation. So what if you ran a campaign in the past and were not happy with it? What to do about unqualified leads, how to compete with large lenders, how do I know what products are converting the best, what's the best geolocation to focus my campaign in, how can I avoid startups and unqualified borrowers, is there any way to receive more qualified leads, and what kind of consistency can I expect month to month? All great questions, any typical question the broker is going to ask. Obviously, everybody wants real consistent qualified leads coming in. That's like the white unicorn that I'm still waiting to see today. So we do have, actually, let me go over these real quick with you guys before I get into all of that. Aside from those questions that came up during the survey, we did have a couple questions or a couple comments. A lot of our users like the access to users outside their network. The campaign started and ended too fast. Real quick about that, there is no time period on your campaign. When you give a budget, let's say you have a $1,000 budget for the month, we distinguish, okay, for 30 days, we're going to run your campaign at about 25 to 35 bucks a day, anywhere in between there. So you only get charged based on, how fast that budget gets used up. So if you have a $30 a day budget and you only have $1,000 you want to spend for the month, that may get spent in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how quickly people are clicking on your ads. Some days you spend your total daily budget, some days you don't. So there's no real way to set a time period for specific campaigns in AdWords. They do it all based on daily budget, and we also can't set it on a monthly budget at a whole to be like, okay, exactly when it hits $1,000, I want to end my campaign. So we actually have to watch your campaigns really closely to make sure that they don't go over their budget. So that's why we monitor them daily. I'd like to see immediate traffic to my business. Always a common statement we hear from new brokers, especially with new websites. Sometimes we run pay-per-click campaigns for people that have been in their business for a while, but they haven't been really active in marketing and they've just been working their referrals and stuff. So this can be used at any point in your business. Don't feel like you have to use it right out of the gate when you start up. Yes, it'll benefit you, but we have brokers that have been, in the industry for 10 years and they were like, oh, I didn't even know this existed. This is great. So we use it in all different stages of your business. Another comment was to have someone from the finance marketing group check in with the client to see how the program is going, proactively check with the reports and communicate findings. Definitely something I know that we need to work on. We've actually had an influx of more pay-per-click and lead generation campaigns coming in. So we do provide reports monthly to every single client. As far as checking in with them weekly or more proactively, we have over 100 clients. So to check in weekly with everybody is really difficult for us. However, I always encourage people to email me, and anybody that's emailed me about their pay-per-click campaign before knows I'm pretty quick to respond with either a solution or the data they're looking for. So if you ever have a question, don't ever hesitate to call me or ask me via email, because I'll always respond to you pretty much quicker that way than if you have to wait till the end of the month when we do your report and your review. Another one, borrowers were not serious about their inquiries. So this one actually goes along with one of the slides I'm going to show you guys later, but just to kind of address a little bit now, you do have small business owners that will shop on the internet. So they'll shop rates, or they'll basically go on Google, type in small business loans, click a bunch of websites, fill out all the contact forms, and be like, all right, whoever the first is to contact me is the one I'm going to get the loan for. So you will have people like that. There's always a diamond in the rough from all the sand you dig through with these guys. So you will have some of those. It would be helpful to take steps to increase Twitter followers, Facebook page likes while we're doing the marketing. It feels like posting good information articles to those sites with minimal This is actually a longer comment. I put this on here because I kind of wanted to address something. Your pay-per-click campaign with AdWords has nothing to do with Twitter and Facebook. That's a completely separate campaign. As far as gaining Twitter followers and Facebook page likes, separate than how we do it organically by posting content for you guys all the time, is to actually run pay-per-click ads on those networks. Each of those networks has their own pay-per-click advertising portal that we would have to go through there. We do them, but it's separate from the AdWords campaigns that we usually run for lead generation. So there's just a couple comments I got from the PPC survey that I wanted to address. I actually want to do more surveys like this with you guys to really get your feedback on some things. I know for myself, it helps me, target your campaigns better or respond to you guys better with, more efficient solutions. So definitely always encourage the feedback. On to what I discussed earlier, some of the questions that arose during the survey or any questions I've received when I do review calls with some of our pay-per-click clients. So what if you ran a campaign in the past, but you weren't really happy with the results? Whether you ran a campaign through us, through an agency, or on your own, a lot of the same frustrations arise. And this next slide I show you is going to be really text heavy, so don't get scared because I'm going to send this to you guys. But these are just some points that I wanted to go over about anybody who's had a negative pay-per-click experience in the past. Quality score is a big thing, and educating people on it is probably the most important thing that I should do. So anytime someone starts a pay-per-click campaign, Google gives you a quality score. Now your quality score takes the keywords you want to focus in your campaign, your actual ads that run on Google, and your website, and it tries to calculate them all together to see if they match. And the reason it does that is to avoid spam people like payday loans. But the more your sites, your ads, and your keywords match, the higher quality score Google will give you. Now the quality score is a 1 through 10, so anything above a 6 is considered very good. So we make it apparent to always have our quality scores for any of our clients above a 6. But when you get higher quality scores, that leads to lower cost per click. So just as an example, to kind of make it a little bit easier to understand without getting too technical, is factoring receivables is a $45 a click keyword. Now, if I have a really good quality score, Google will actually bring that price down for me to about maybe $35 a click or $25 a click if I'm like a rockin' factoring receivables broker. So that's just an idea. So you can expand your budget longer if you have higher quality landing pages and ads. If Google thinks you're spam, they're going to mark you as low quality score, and you're going to be paying ridiculous amounts for clicks on your ads that probably aren't even going to convert if you don't have a really good landing page. So a lot of problems we see with people that worked with agencies in the past is, or try to run the pay-per-click campaigns themselves, is that they don't understand that they have to create a completely different landing page to either capture the leads, but it also has to match their ad copy and their keywords. So very important thing for anybody running a pay-per-click campaign. Also, Google doesn't calculate your quality score until after your 1,000 impressions. So after 1,000 people see your ads, that's when Google starts going in and calculating your quality score. I find it, in my experience, that's usually 2 weeks. So we start to see quality scores come in for our clients after about 2 weeks of running their campaign. So I know it's really exciting when your campaign launches and you're like, oh my God, Brittany, I didn't get any leads this week, or I got 1 lead this week. Is it going to speed up? It's my job to say it will. You just have to give it time to register. Google has to register your site isn't spam, and they have to rank you accordingly against some lenders or some brokers that have been bidding on these keywords for quite a long time. It's really hard to be the new guy walking in. So also, just a little tidbit of a fact, for people that are like, wow, pay-per-click's really expensive. It is for our industry. Here's a little fun fact that the keyword insurance is the most expensive keyword, but the second most expensive keywords are loans, anything involving loans and mortgage, and they're rounding around $45 a click. That is insane. So what we do is we find really niche keywords. So instead of small business loans, we may target small business loans, Maryland small business loans. We may target it towards your area. So it'll have a smaller volume, but you'll get that keyword for probably $10 a click as opposed to doing small business loans and getting it for $45 a click. Also, the problem with targeting those really general keywords like small business loans, you're competing with your banks that are around you, and you're competing with some of the bigger lenders. So it's really hard to find a place when you're competing against those people. So we always try to target your campaigns to more niche keywords so that you guys stand a chance in this market. Let's see. Like I said before, a majority of the financial consumers using PPC as a shopping tool. So like I said, everybody's like, I'm not getting qualified borrowers. I probably get 10 guys that aren't serious or have a low quality or a low credit score, or they don't have any collateral, and then I get maybe one good deal. That one good deal will probably pay off for your pay-per-click campaign, if not for future campaigns. And we've had that happen in the past. It's just a matter of taking the guys that are shopping and staying in front of them and, really kind of putting them in your email marketing piece. Just stay in front of them, even if they're just calling you to figure out what your rates are, what you can do for them, but they're not ready to get a loan yet. Those are the guys you want to stay in front of. But it definitely can be beneficial for people that are shopping around. So don't just disregard them and, not follow up with them. I know I brought this kind of up before. Many clients begin online with a basic product. It's crucial that the customer may be able to convert into a channel that aligns with their goals. So my example for this is, if I'm a business owner and I'm looking to finance my property, I might type in commercial real estate financing. And when I get a hold of you, you might figure out that, okay, listen, a CMBS loan would work better for you, or one of our stated income real estate loans would work better for you. As small business owners, they don't know those products exist. So I find it really beneficial for you guys to start out top level and get as many people as you can in for commercial real estate financing, and then maybe you can funnel them into the products that you really want to work with, like if you wanted to work with CMBS loans or stated income loans. Sorry if I talk too fast too. I know I tend to rush through things, but this is recorded. I'm going to give you guys all these slides and I'll give you all my notes. So a really big question I've had doing review calls and on the survey is what to do about unqualified leads. And you guys get to look at all my Goodfellow memes here, so hopefully you guys are movie buffs like I am. Obviously, with the amount of leads and consumers searching on the internet, you're bound to get a few that don't have a good credit score, or maybe those that are looking to bypass the bank because they don't have enough collateral, etc. The internet's usually a last resort for business owners like that, so you have to assume that a lot of them are going to find your ad, click on it, and see if they can get through the system somehow. There are a few ways we try and combat this. It's inevitable that it's going to happen. Unfortunately, we can't screen users by clicking your ads by pre-qualifying them before they contact you. There's no way for us to do that. So, whoever's going to click on your ad is going to be the person that clicks on your ad. So some of the ways we try to prevent this and limit the amount of contact you get out of the gate is by putting in maybe a minimum FICO score on your ads or on your landing page. So before the user clicks on your ad, maybe they see, oh, their minimum FICO score is this. Or they go to your landing page and see that you have a minimum FICO score, or that you have a requirement that you only fund businesses that are actually in business for at least 2 years. So those are things that we do to combat it. We also add startup keywords to your negative list. So if you don't want startups contacting you, we add that as like a block in Google so they won't have startup keywords contacting your ads or seeing your ads. And that's kind of where I'm going with my next point. How can I avoid startups and unqualified buyers? So I know I see a lot of the leads everybody gets, and some of them are actually comical to me sometimes, because you get like the girl that just graduated high school and wants to start her own hair salon because she doesn't, she's a rebel and she doesn't want to go to college. Yes, everybody's going to get those. Like I said, we add startups as a negative keyword to your campaign if you do not want to target that. That way Google will say, okay, anything including startups in the search query, I'm not going to let their ad show for that because they told me they don't want to be shown for startups. Now, with that being said, not every person that wants to, start up a business is typing in startup business loans. They may be typing in small business loans just as a general keyword. So they're going to find their way through the system one way or another. You will get a couple of them. Like I said, we do take the precautions we can by adding in, the requirements for a FICO score, or what they need for collateral, what you guys require for them to be in business, how many years, that kind of stuff. Any details you want to try to exclude these people, we will add to your landing page and your ads. that's the best way we can combat that one. How do I compete with larger lenders? This is my favorite because a lot of larger lenders have gigantic budgets. As new brokers, like I said, it's really difficult for a new broker to come out of the gate and be like, yeah, Brittany, I want to spend $10,000 a month on my campaign. And I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? We just don't get that from like brand new brokers. You get that from people like Cabbage, who spends like 10 to 15 grand or even $20,000 on their campaign. So obviously they're going to occupy a lot of the top positions because not only do they spend a lot of money on their campaign, but they've also been running their campaign for years. So how does a new broker break into that market when you have all these large lenders that have these big budgets and have been running their campaigns for years, and they have all this good quality score under them, and they have a good reputation with Google, and they're just doing huge things because they have the budget to do that. With that, like I said before, we take your campaign and we bring it very niche. So instead of focusing on a national scale right out of the gate, we generally take our pay-per-click clients and we focus them locally. So then you're only competing with people in your local market. So we brought the competition way down. However, the volume of the keywords is lower, but it's still significant enough for you to get some traffic from them. Another thing we do, like I said before, is add more niche keywords. So I know I keep using this example, but I use something different. So instead of saying like, oh, I'm looking for, typing in equipment financing into the search bar, maybe you start targeting keywords like restaurant equipment financing or construction equipment financing, or there's another one that is small business equipment financing. People still type those in. The search volume isn't as high, but those people are serious and they know what they want. That's kind of what I find from the niche keywords. Generally, when people type in equipment financing, it's just like they're just throwing it out there and they're trying to see whatever they can get. Let's see. Also, going along with the quality score, what we do for you guys is we really focus on designing relevant landing pages for you and making sure your ads make sense so that you get a better quality score, so you don't have to spend as much money on those keywords that cost a lot that the larger lenders are bidding on. I've actually audited some large lender pay-per-click campaigns before, ones that work with us through CCTG. I've audited a couple of their campaigns, and a lot of them don't even pay attention to what they're bidding on, their keywords, or any of their landing pages. They do the classic set it and forget it, which is a terrible thing to do because they get people, we had an equipment leasing lender that was actually working with us for a little while, but before they were running it on their own, and they just did equipment leasing keywords, and they were like, I keep getting people that are looking to actually lease equipment, and we had to go in and tell them, yeah, because your keywords are targeting, lease equipment leasing, what you really need to be targeting is equipment lease financing. So to take out those people that don't even make sense or are unqualified for your product, or that are looking to lease a treadmill for their house, you know what I mean? So there are large lenders that don't pay attention to what they're doing and basically just throw $10,000 at Google and have them set it up. And Google has no idea about this industry. This industry is very difficult to understand from like a top level search engine like Google, because when they think of commercial financing, they think of payday loans, or maybe they think of like equipment leasing being, leasing actual equipment and that kind of stuff. So we really focus on making sure that you guys have very accurate information so that you're not getting people like looking to lease a tractor from you. What is the best geolocation to find my campaign in? So I'm actually going to jump out of the presentation real quick and show you guys. Okay. So this is how I find out what keywords are going to work best for you guys. I'm just going to type in some commercial real estate keywords just to show you. I'm from New York, so I'm just going to type in New York. One of the things I do is when I select locations for you guys, I usually do your state and your surrounding states. I don't like to pigeonhole into one city, especially for new brokers, because you guys just aren't going to get enough traffic in one city unless you have a big referral network. If you have a referral network in your city, work the referral network for your city, use pay-per-click, to broaden your horizon and try to reach surrounding territories that maybe you don't know, or you don't have bank contacts with, or you don't have lawyer contacts. So what I do is I usually select a couple states around you. I'm just going to do this really quick. I probably should have this set up beforehand, just to show you guys an example. So I selected 6 locations around me for commercial real estate financing, commercial real estate loans. I want to see, A, what kind of traffic those keywords I selected are getting, how much they are, and maybe what are some other suggested keywords that Google's throwing out that people in that area are searching for. So right here you can see commercial real estate loans, 210 people a month are searching for that in the location that I selected, and it's running around $13 a click. So these are pretty expensive. Anything over $10 I consider expensive. But I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to show you guys something else. So this is where we find keywords that are a little bit cheaper that work for you guys. Like I'm going to highlight this one right here. Commercial real estate lenders is about $7 and 50 people are searching for it. Even though there's only 50 people searching for it, we can get you on the first page with that bid being so low, and all those 50 people will be exposed to your ad. So that's pretty exciting. Even though, you know, you're not getting 210 people, you're getting 50 people that might be more serious because they're actually looking for lenders. We also know the difference between keywords of people that are shopping and keywords of people that are serious. So a keyword of somebody shopping might be, like commercial real estate financing rates. Anybody typing that in is looking to find out what the rates are for a certain product. I never would target that for somebody's campaign because that tells me that person's not serious yet. Financing commercial real estate, that's a good one, but it also might be a shopper. Commercial real estate loan terms, that's definitely a shopper. But commercial real estate lenders, that tells me, okay, somebody, they've researched maybe the product they like, and now they're looking for a lender to go with. They still may be in the shopping phase, but if you're a good enough salesperson, you can take that person and convert them pretty quickly into wanting to do financing with you guys. So I just wanted to show you that. That's kind of our process of figuring out keywords that are going to work for anybody in any given location, based on, you know, their budget, how many people are searching for them, and what the keyword volume is. All right, so how do I know what products are converting the best? So I'm also going to jump out of the campaign for this. Normally when I go over reports, I will show you guys the keywords that are doing really well for you, but I'm going to show you real quick how we can see that. So I'm in Durham's campaign right now. I use Durham's because I don't like to expose any of the clients we work with. So in this dashboard, you can see the clicks that they're getting, the impressions that they're getting, and their click-through rate. So obviously I sort it by click-through rate, and you know, construction and factoring is working really well for them. Medical receivables factoring is working really well. Those are the highest click-through rates that they have, so those are the ones that are performing the best. Some of the lower performing keywords I will completely remove out of a campaign after the campaign is over. Just to give you guys an idea of how we pick and choose keywords and how we monitor them. We do know what keywords work best for your campaign, and a lot of people on the review call, I would say, you know what, I'm removing that keyword out of your campaign because you're wasting money on it, you're not even getting clicks for it, or you're not getting enough clicks for it like you should, it's just not performing well. So we can pull all that information for you guys. Is there any way to receive more qualified leads? Everybody asked me this question. So it is very addicting. When you start getting leads in from a pay-per-click campaign and you feel like it's just magic and we're throwing leads your way, it can be very addicting. So everybody wants more. I want more, I want more. I want more qualified people. I want bigger deals. And then I say, so do I. So all kidding aside, you know, there are a couple ways to receive more qualified deals. You know, we have to target niche keywords. Like I said, you can't just go in thinking, oh, I'm going to target small business financing and I'm going to grab everybody I can. Sometimes the best way to tackle that is to target people like, you know, small business financing in Maryland, or, you know, small business lenders, or, you know what I mean, trying to avoid the startup phase. Like I said, we use startup as a negative keyword. We try to avoid them. We try to add a minimum FICO score. Any requirements you have for any of your products, we will add in your ads and your landing page to avoid unqualified people as much as possible. Another thing is we find people they'll call me and they'll be like, Brittany, I got some leads, but their FICO score wasn't great, or their credit score wasn't great, or they didn't have enough collateral. And one of the biggest things that you guys can't do is not follow up with them or not try to funnel them into another product. So if somebody for an SBA loan comes at you and they have a low credit score, try to funnel them in and see if a merchant cash advance might work for them. Try to hang on to that lead as much as you can before deciding, okay, listen, there's nothing I can do for you. You got to move on. You know what I mean? Try to do everything you can for them. You guys have a really good resource, John. He knows every product like the back of his hand, and he will help you try to funnel them into something, because I'm sure John wants you to close that deal as much as you do. So just, work with them. Even if you can't fund their deal right away, add them to your email marketing campaign, send their email address to Alex so that your email marketing pieces stay in front of them. And if they ever need money down the road, maybe when they've been in business for 5 years and they have some collateral and they've improved their credit score, maybe they'll come back to you because they said, oh, so-and-so really tried to help me. I was helpless at the time, but, I've been seeing their ads. I'm going to give them a shout again because I need equipment for my business. That's the most I can tell people about trying to receive more qualified leads. Even the people that you do financing for, you want to build loyal relationships with them. So make sure you stay in front of them because, they may have a friend that owns a business that they may, recommend you for financing, that kind of thing. Let's see here. Okay, last one I have for you guys is what kind of consistency can I expect month to month? Leads will only be as consistent as the search volume is. So if 500 consumers in your area are searching for commercial real estate financing in August, and then only 40 are searching in September, naturally your lead volume is going to reflect that. So if I see when I'm monitoring your campaign that you're not getting a lot of clicks for a keyword that performed for you better in the past, it might be time to let go of that keyword and move on to something else for that month. So we do shift a lot. Ways to help maintain a consistent lead flow and click volume. I would suggest keeping a wide range of products you want to focus on your campaign. I understand there's a lot of brokers that solely want to focus on, stated income loans or CMBS loans, but pigeonholing yourself with one product like that can result in a lot of inconsistent results month to month. Also, not everybody, like I said before, not every business owner knows those products exist. So go at it on a top level thinking commercial real estate financing, bringing them in and then funneling them into products within the real estate financing sector that work well for them. So that can kind of help your consistency. Also, we have brokers that like to run their campaigns month to month and then 2 months off and then they come back. That's okay because obviously Google lets you run your campaign whenever you want, but the issue with that is that when you come back after being gone for a month or 2 months or however long, Google now has to recalculate all your quality scores for your keywords because they've marked you as inactive. So there's nothing wrong going month to month. I'm just saying, how you have to give it time, about 2 weeks to be recalculated in your quality score. I always suggest a 3-month campaign just because it allows you, the first month, Google's starting to rank you. They're figuring out your quality score. They're trying to figure out where to place you with the large lenders. Then come the second month, your click-through price will go down, and now you're starting to compete with the larger lenders. By 3 months, you're having a more consistent deal flow come in, and you're going to see yourself on first page. Second page, you're going to see yourself up with Cabbage, RCM Capital, those kind of guys. So it does take, about 2 weeks for Google to register where they need to place you in their search results. So just something to think about. And just to kind of show you guys real-time data on that, this is a case study I recently did about, it's 3 different graduates. One was a graduate that did pay-per-click for 1 month, because obviously we offer that as part of the CCTG program. So we gave them the lead generation for 1 month, and they decided not to re-sign on afterwards. That's the top one. The second is a platinum client, so they run it for 24 months. And then the third is a recurring monthly client that sets his own budget. They all started at the same time on this time frame, and you can actually see the consistent traffic afterwards, after the first month client stopped doing their AdWords, the platinum client more consistent, and then a reoccurring monthly client that solely focuses in pay-per-click campaigns. That's all he does for his marketing. Those are the differences between them, and that just gives you a more visual, example of the consistency that I was talking about. So if you guys have any other questions, I'm going to run through a couple of the questions on here that I see in my little comment box. I'll pick a few to answer. I will answer all of them, so if I don't answer them out loud on the phone, I'll probably email you separately. Also, if you don't want to put it in the comment box or the question box, feel free to email me at any time. I'm always willing to answer everybody's questions. I'm always willing to look up data for you guys. If you're looking to do a pay-per-click campaign, but you want to know how much it might cost for your area or your focus, I'm more than happy to put that information together for you. Not a problem at all. So let me go through here. Okay, so are the landing pages that are created for a campaign proprietary to the broker client? Yes, they are. Every landing page we create is unique to you guys. It's unique to your design. We create separate contact forms for you guys so you can track the lead's name, phone number, their email, and what type of financing they're looking for. We use unique content on every single landing page. I'm like a big stickler for duplicate content because of all the updates that Google has run over the past couple of years. So every landing page is very unique and custom to you as a client. And also the landing pages, I don't want them to be indexed by Google organically, because usually you have your SBA loan product page, and then we want to build a landing page for your SBA loans for your AdWords campaign. And so you won't be able to access that landing page via your website. You will only be able to access it from a link, and usually that link is within your ads. So they are very private. No regular user can access them. They can only be accessed through AdWords ads. Okay, here's another good one. For locations, do clients actually have to type in the location, or does Google or other PPC providers get the location with their IP address? Both, actually. I'm going to jump out really quick and show you that. If I can get to my Google. Let me see, small business loans. So I easily could type in small business loans Texas, because Google obviously thinks I'm in Texas right now. Normally, this is set to, your search tools is set to your location, Albany, New York. I had it set to United States because I work with a lot of, I work with a lot of clients in different locations, and I have to check how their ads are performing. So as you can see, I typed in small business loans. My search location is New York, and you can see some of the ads over here on the side, Citizens Bank. That's an Albany office. So, or I could type in, any location like small business loans, New York, because that's a keyword. So they can target you by both. Generally, a regular user, Google identifies, their location based on their IP address and picks people based on their location, unless you're me and you work for a marketing company and yours is set to all different funky locations. That's very rare. But it's definitely a possibility. So let me see if I can answer one more for you guys. Would you help provide local regional market research before you help run a pay-per-click campaign? Yes, I do stuff like this all the time. You guys don't have to feel obligated with running a pay-per-click campaign through us. I've went to conferences before. Alex and I used to go to a lot of finance conferences over the last year. And one thing we offer at our booth as like a giveaway is to do keyword research for anybody that comes to our booth and gives us their business card. So I do that for people all the time. I have no problem doing it if that's something that you would like us to look into. One last question, do you do campaigns for other industries, non-financial? Yes, we have in the past. We have ran campaigns for people, lenders actually we work with that are technically lenders, but maybe some people you guys have met during the CCTG class, service providers, lawyers, and insurance companies. So we have ran separate pay-per-click non-financial campaigns in the past. Obviously our focus is in financial. That's the best. We do what we know. So Like I said, if you guys have any questions that I didn't answer or you have separate questions, maybe elaborating more on what I did cover, feel free to email me. I'm going to send you guys my slides and this recording, but thank you for, taking the time to be with me and listening to me babble a little bit and looking at my funny cartoons. Thanks so much, guys.